Hey, cousins. Hope all is well. Hope you are practicing your self care, self preserve. I'm going to keep on saying it. Do your due diligence. Watch, like, comment, subscribe. You all do a fantastic job of that. With all that being said, the gift that keeps on giving. No, not Bret Hart. One more time for Bret Hart, please. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Because Bret Hart already knew they was fucking. And then on top of that, all that stuff that be coming out of WWF back in the day with the fucking boys they was molesting and all that shit, man. Like those China old girl who killed herself, all that. Them two fucking. I don't even care. Ain't nobody gonna convince me otherwise. And yes, Charlotte probably did fuck El Grande Americano. Anyway, with all that being said, that's not what we're talking about. Becky Lynch made a comment while she was explaining how them two met. This is the context, okay? I'm gonna tell you, them two meeting and the stuff that's coming out of Becky's mouth, because through this whole conversation, Seth Rollins is shoving that rotisserie chicken in his mouth like he is fucking starving. I don't know what's going on. His arm don't work. He is eating like a caveman. I ain't mad at him. The shit must be good. So while she's still explaining herself, Bert is kind of trying to set the scene. Okay, so Bert's like, wait a minute. She's trying to tell him why when everyone found out, when we all found out they were dating, so this around 2019, 2020, we found out they was dating. He asked them, how would you feel if a storyline was put out of y'all real life dating? And she said, well, it kind of happened because once everyone found out we were dating, they thrusted us into the spotlight as a couple. And this is where he was like, wait a minute, let me get the timeline right. So he was like, CM Punk is gone. So this is Seth and Brock. And she said, yes. And it's her, Charlotte, and Ronda. Okay. He said, okay, got it. He just wanted to kind of get a timeline of what was going on, which I don't really see why that even mattered, but whatever. So she said, at the time, my career is booming. I'm the man. He's the heavyweight champ. We get thrusted on TV. We have different fan bases. Everyone's still trying to get used to us. And now here we are. And you could tell the transition of their relationship, which will make excellent conversation. When them two were together the first time on TV with the red belt and all of that, you could tell how uncomfortable, no chemistry. It was like, oh my God, I do not want to do this. But again, he's a company guy, she a company girl. Whatever they ask, they decide to do it, try to make it work. Fast forward, now they making out on TV, they goofy, they dressing alike, and you can see where the love and the growth and all of that, how it actually helped propel that bullshit match they had down at WrestlePalooza. I could use it in context. Yes, down in WrestlePalooza with CM Punk and AJ Lee. Okay, boom. So this is where the Lacey Evans debacle takes place.
Coming out of that, then I start
Holy
working
fuck, this is when that came out?
I start working with Lacey Evans right out the gate, so kind of really had, God bless her, but she wasn't, for me to go from the main event of WrestleMania to somebody who hadn't done anything was terrible. And so then they put us together, and then we didn't know our own dynamic as a couple, and now we're on TV, and my wrestling character is so different to...
So she's basically explaining the dynamic and answering Bert's question. So the part that you should pay attention to is Lacey Evans, God bless her, but that was terrible. She did not say Lacey Evans was terrible. She said it's terrible to go from up here, you just did WrestleMania, and now you're down here trying to put over talent. This is where we can go back to why a lot of the Fed and their creative and stuff fucks up the thing. So, Macy Australia had to get her ass in there and say something. So Here we go. What she say? So, Macy Australia, girl who it seems like she kind of got dropped by Madam Rose, because Madam Rose been working with Cora J and old girl Jakara Jackson heavy. I haven't seen Lacey Evans over there because she used to be in heavy rotation down at the parlor. But anyway, I just played you the clip. So this is what Macy Evans had to say. She said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game. The only person who cried more than you was the baby I had on my hip while taking all the opportunities. If/when I come back, you will still do nothing but gently shake my hand and say, quote, how cute my little family is backstage." First of all, again, Becky did not say anything directly about Macy. She said, and I want to say it again, for me to go from the main event to WrestleMania to somebody who hadn't done anything was terrible. And Becky ain't wrong. And this is an issue that we all are dealing with now. When you got somebody who just got the title, and they're all three of the title holders, Cody, fucking CM Punk, fucking the female tag team title holders. You got Jade Cargill ain't even defending her shit. When you got people who are up here and they have nothing else to do and they fall down the rungs of the so-called meritocracy ladder, it is terrible. She didn't say anything wrong. So I don't know what people are hearing and what they're about to make a big deal, but there is no deal here to make. I said multiple times in the Curious Case of Lacey Evans, I believe I did one, I think Lacey Evans was a great character. I think where they fucked up was that whole Sergeant Slaughter shit she was doing. But I don't think there was anything here for her to even say anything about it, because in Becky's defense, yes, that was a terrible transition. And that match that they had down to the pay-per-view, and the only thing that came out was Baron Corbin giving the end of days to Becky Lynch. That was the best thing that came out. And not soon after, Lacey Evans ended up turned up, knocked up, and all that old shit. So how is somebody taking any opportunities from you? Now, we can talk about opportunities, and, sometimes Becky Lynch be towing that line, because that fucking shit she did with Bianca Belair down to the SummerSlam, I'm not going to forgive her for, even though she was like, she told Bianca, I'm going to get you over, even though Bianca was already over because she had the match with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, but that's neither here nor there. I don't understand why Lacey Evans is feeling some kind of way. That's just weird to me. So, as usual, Macy's fans or whatever, like pumping her up and something. The only one person seems like in all of these comments got it, that Becky wasn't taking a shot at her. She was just talking about her position on the card. That's what I got. And yeah, anybody would be incensed if I just got through having this big ass situation, this monumental match, and now you telling me Monday, instead of going straight to Ronda fucking Rousey, which was the plan to begin with, before Charlotte got thrown in there, I now got to work with Lacey Evans, who ain't even got no reps. All this bitch was doing was walking in and out the stage for like 6 months. Did y'all forget that? So, it wasn't a good time at that point or whatever. And I just think this is a nothing burger. But again, it's fun to talk about. And another thing Lacey said, if and when I come back, boo, you not coming back to WWE. You left on a terrible note. You done cracked that crab every which way but Sunday, any which way but loose. You not about to come back up there with that bullshit. I'll be shocked, because if Lacey Evans could come back after she done opened up her cavity all on OnlyFans and talking all that cash shit, that tough fucking talk, I'm a mama bear. My family was on drugs. I was in the military, all that shit. You should have been promoting that shit from Jump Street, which she kind of was, and then it got derailed. So I'm not going to get on her with that. But girl, ain't nobody clamoring to be working with no Lacey Evans, okay? So you don't even love the business. You just said you were there to make money, which was also something that they talked about. And it was very apparent that you were just there to make money and you was not really there for the business. So with all that being said, I don't see anything that Becky Lynch said wrong. She was just telling her story, and she made a very good point, which is something that we are dealing with now. all those years from 2019 to 2025, going to 2026, where these wrestlers are getting these big ass spots only to fall down the rungs and have nothing else to fucking do. That is what Becky was pointing out while she was telling us how their relationship was thrust into the spotlight. I'm gonna leave right there. Y'all get in the comments.